I'm a second year PhD student, so I will be finishing my PhD after 3 years almost. The situation in Israel was not extremely good, but still it's like it's a continuous process. Every time we had missiles, even before this war, but this time it was like a lot of missiles and lot of high power missiles which were hitting the buildings. But then I will say it was not like all the missiles were hitting, but yeah, 20% of the missiles were hitting. And the university was closed for like 1 week, and till now I think the university is closed because of the precautions. We have an app called Homefront Command which gives us all the necessary details that if we should actually do gatherings or where should we be and these things. Also we get siren alerts like 5 minutes before, and then 90 seconds of the siren sound where we need to just run to the bomb shelter. So also the Indian embassy was in close contact with us, and we knew it that if anything happens, then Indian embassy is there to help us. So like obviously I had that trust, so it was really easy, and I had all the hopes and trust, and they did it.
Was over there when the Iran and Israel conflict was going on?
Initially, like in the first day, they just attacked, like they just sent us an alert that okay, there might be something because Israel is going to destroy the nuclear powers of Iran. So that night we were sleepless, and after that we didn't get any attack from Israel. But I think next day we started getting many missiles at 3 a.m. or 5 a.m., 8 a.m., like random time, any time, literally like in 2-3 hours, every 2-3 hours they were sending missiles. So basically we were sleepless, we were running to bomb shelters. Apart from that, there was some tension, but it was not that we will die. It was like, okay, we need to be alert that we don't die. We don't stay outside the bomb shelter when there is the siren.
How was the accommodation and fooding arrangement over there while conflict?
Accommodation, the university provides us accommodation, like not only in this time, but like whenever there is a student, they provide that particular accommodation. And then there are bomb shelters in every floor, so it's not very far away from one room. It's literally 1 minute away. And then about food, we need to prepare our own food, but then there was not as much disruptions due to the war. Obviously, they were not running in full capacity, but the food stores, the grocery stores and electricity, everything was there. Everything was there, but it was just that we need to run when there was a siren. That was the situation.
You have come back to your home state as well.
I really feel good, and I think I will sleep for like 2 days for sure, because I haven't slept properly for like 13 days. I mean, for the 10 days in Israel, my sleep was deprived for like 50%, and now in this flight, it was a long flight, and also because we were the first batch, and they were first time rescuing us via Jordan, as the Israeli airspace is like closed. So they managed very well, but it was extremely long. Like we had to stay in Jordan 1 day, as the border crossing took around 10 hours, which was unexpected, as there was like too much crowd. And then in Jordan we stayed for a day, and then we started from Jordan to Kuwait. And yesterday from Kuwait, what happened that there was a missile in between the flight, and then we had to just return back to Kuwait on our way. I really want to say thank you, and because of the government, we people dare to go to different places. We people really think, okay, yes, we should do something. For me, it's like I want to continue my PhD and do good research, and then do something good for my own country. And this gives me more trust and hopes that yes, I can do it, because I have someone behind my back always. So thanks a lot.
Yes, it's very scary. Like we are now we are traveling from since 48 hours, I think, and before that, the war has, I think, 10 days. It has started on 13th June, and it's now on 23rd we left Israel. So those 10 nights, like we'll remember for the rest of life. And because we are not acquainted with war, we are from India and from Odisha, so we only see Foni and Huduru. So when this war happens and the missiles are going passes through our heads, some are hitting near of our institute, and also one of the institute, not our institute, another Wise Man Institute has hit. So that's a scary situation, but Government of India and the Odisha government, they have coordinated properly and they bring back to home.
How the accommodation and fooding system over there?
That's very good. That's very good, because government has provided us the Globe air carrier of Air Indian Force to bring back home. Super fast bus, very good. The ACTS means the government has did everything what they can do for comfortable journey, but we cannot do it like when the missiles are coming from Israel or coming from the Iran. So some of our students, those who are coming in fast batch, they saw when they are in air, the missiles are going through their windows.
The situation was very scary.
Yeah, it's very scary, but
So what is the message for Government of India as
I thankful to Government of India, Modi ji, and our Embassy of Tel Aviv, Embassy of Jordan, who have carried from Jordan border to Jordan airport, and also our Government of Odisha, they ensure that we are safety. And also you know that when our Sushma Swaraj ma'am was our minister, she told that if you are from Indian citizen and you are stocked in on Mars, so we will evacuate you. So they are stick to their language. So you know, we are very happy that we are Indian citizens and we are proud of it.
ready